What's up, man?
What's good, cuz?
Nothing much. Cooling, man. What's up? What's up? Man, just wanted to have a conversation with you, man. Being a business owner, man. Being a black man. Being a business owner. Um, when was the first time you turned the tool, man? Like, when did you get it started?
Man, first time I turned the tool, I'm gonna say it goes all the way back to being small. Being small, man, when a young kid, my dad, and my pretty much we. How can I say this, man? I grew up in an era where we had to work on our own stuff.
I got you.
So being a small kid, we always my dad, my parents, they always bought used cars. They didn't have the money to take them to the dealership. They didn't buy them from the dealership,
I
so
got you.
didn't have the money to just to pretty much put them in the shop. So a lot of times you had to work on them yourself. And being that where my dad is from, and with my uncles, everybody was pretty much mechanically inclined. So I kind of grew up just pretty much watching them just work on cars. Um, and it got to the point, man. I mean, being young, and my dad is like, "Look, hold this light." Hold this light while I put this alternator on. So I'm there holding the light. Don't want to be there holding the light, mad because I hold the light. You got bugs and I'm watching, and then like, well, hold this part right here. You know what I mean? Take this wrench, hold this. So, man, just growing up with that, man, and don't be honest with you, man, it was some tough times. So, man, always working on cars, and I pretty much said to myself, like, man, one day I want to just be able to work on my own stuff and don't have to go through that. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you. Man, I see you keep glancing up the background. That's the Ninja Turtles lair back there, man.
Yeah, you see me looking at it, right?
There's a Ninja Turtles lair, man. You see the pizza
Got you.
boxes.
Oh, that's dope, man. I see all kinds of stuff back there. Look, it's dope. I was looking to see if you had any rims back there. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, no, it is a background, man. It's a back. It's like
Got
my
you.
house for real.
Got you.
It's a background, bro. But yeah, man. Look, man. I had a few partners, man, and I showed them the pictures of your old schools. Like we're gonna jump straight in it. We're gonna jump straight in it to the old schools. Like, we're gonna get
Okay.
back to the business side, right? But
Okay.
hey, man, that Cadillac, sick.
Thanks, man.
That short
Appreciate it.
bed, nasty.
Appreciate it, man.
And what kind of Mopar is that, man?
Oh, so the Mopar, man, believe it or not, that's my first car.
Come
That's
on,
where it all
man.
started. Yeah, no doubt. That Mopar, my first car, 72 Dodge Dart. Man, my
Mm,
dad bought me that car when I was 14 years old. And that's where I pretty much learned how to do a lot of stuff that I do now. I mean, I built the motor for it,
man,
all the suspension stuff, transmission stuff. And I built that car at a time where I didn't know how to wheel. I reached out. There was a couple of people I had to reach out to do some things for me on it
yeah,
because I was just learning and building the car. But that's where it all started. I still have it. It's just
got,
not in the state of where I like for it to be right now because it's been
I
sitting
got
for some years and abused by the weather. But first car, man, that's where it
you,
started.
got you, man. That thing nasty, man. That thing
Appreciate
nasty.
it, man.
So I want to ask you about a Dodge motor and a Chevy motor. How different is it? How different was that Dodge motor tearing it down, building it to building your first Chevy motor, man? How was that? How complicated was that?
Okay, so um, really, honestly, the motor pretty much with any engine, your short, the bottom end of any engine is very, very similar. Very
Gotcha.
similar. However, with Dodge and Chevy vary with the old big block Mopar, man, the valve train is very, very simple.
Gotcha.
Very simple. The heads are, bigger, the valve train is simple, but when building a Chevy, you gotta really learn how to really like adjust valves. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
We had standard Mopar, with the big block stuff. You don't really have to really adjust valve lash unless you get into aftermarket rockers. But I really had to learn how to adjust valves with a Chevy. But
Gotcha.
the biggest difference between the two is that a Chevy is a whole lot cheaper to build, man.
Come on, man, for real?
Yeah, man, whole lot cheaper to build, and you have more aftermarket parts, and parts is easy to get your hands on. So
Gotcha.
that's why you see so many Chevys around. Mopar, you don't see that much Mopar, but that's where my heart is.
Gotcha.
I took a break from it.
I
I'm right
got
now. I'm messing a lot with the LSs and stuff right now. But my heart is in the Mopar, man. I'm always gonna
got
have
you,
that,
man.
close by.
What? So the LS, man. You dropped that little tidbit, man. What are you putting the LS in? What you dropping the LS in, man?
Man, it's fun. I got a couple of projects. But right now the most current is my C10, of course. I'm doing the LS. I'm taking the small block Chevy out of that and putting the LS in that one. I can't tell you specs. I can't tell you because it's tricky, man.
Look, man, I got a 83 2500, man. I got a quarter ton.
Oh, for real?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, man, I just bought all my parts for it. I'm trying to get it welded on, I'm trying to get it right. I don't want no Bondo. I want it straight. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. There you
yes,
go.
sir. So I
Yeah.
got some headers put on it.
Okay.
The guy that put the headers on it, he didn't do any kind of adjustments to it.
Mhm.
So it burnt my starter wire that goes from my starter to my positive battery terminal.
Got you.
Yeah. So
Got
I took that off. I got to
Okay.
get that situated. But I'm on my way, man. I'm on my way,
Man,
man.
that's a good body style. My C10 is a 84, and so if you got a 2500, man, I mean the good thing is you got all kind of bolt-on parts, so that you can rocker panels you can replace,
Yes,
doors,
sir.
yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, I'm with you. Stay away from that Bondo. Replace them panels, man, and
Yes,
you'll have a
sir.
good solid truck.
Yes, sir. I got all my parts, man. I got everything. I'm just waiting. My uncle in Edenton, he does it, but he a little steep, so I'm trying to find a little.
I got you.
I want it done right, but I don't want to pay to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Quality costs. You know what I mean?
Got you. I got you. I got you.
Quality
I got
costs.
you.
So
I
just
got
always
you.
remember that.
I got
You
you.
do it
Yeah,
right
you
one
right.
time, you ain't had to do it again.
So what kind of 8 lug rims can I look for, man? Like, cause I've been looking for. Cause I got 8 lugs. I don't got the 5. I got 8 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I sell a lot of fuel wheels.
Okay.
It's man, they have a lot to choose from for the eight lug family.
Yes, sir.
Um, Pretty much with the fuel product, man, a lot of stuff is available. A lot of stuff is in stock. So I can see some options in the fuel lineup. Good
All right.
quality stuff.
Promo.
Yeah.
Hey man, get it
Yeah.
in, man. Get that logo in, cuz. That's what it's
Oh
for,
yeah.
man. That's what
Yeah.
it's for. That's what it's for, man.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all go check them out, man. Real deal. Good man.
Yeah.
Family.
Appreciate it.
Family. Hey, no
Appreciate it.
problem, bro. Love it. Love it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Man, so talk to me about the business aspect. Like, what made you decide to get into it, man? Like, you would start turning tools early. What made you be like, you know what? I can make some money.
Honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest. Like going into business, I kind of, as a kid, once I started taking an interest in cars, I kind of always said, well, I would like to have my own shop. But
Gotcha.
because really, I didn't really want to go in business to like really work on cars for people. I just
Yeah.
wanted to have a whole bunch of cars and just work on my stuff. But it don't work like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, you're
So,
right. You're right.
so however, coming into the industry young, I went to mechanic school, come out of mechanic school, 19 years old, I'm in the dealerships working as a mechanic. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, being in the industry, working for the dealerships and being underpaid
Yeah.
led
Gotcha.
me to go in business for myself.
Gotcha.
Being underpaid, uh, you know, turning hours, not really making a lot, but making the best that I could out of what I had,
Yeah.
what I could do. And then over time, I started to realize, I'm like, man, look, if uh, if I'm gonna work and be underpaid, I'd rather kind of work for myself,
Gotcha.
and then you can kind of control your own destiny, kind of that way.
Gotcha. I
But
got
yeah, I started off, man. I mean, it's a story, but I know we probably have time to go into it tonight. But like, I started off straight out of mechanic school as a mechanic, man, at $7.50 an hour. back in
Ooh,
2002.
come on, man. I
Right.
was 2002. I was in, I don't know where I was in Atlanta. I was
For
in
real.
Georgia. I was
Man,
in Georgia.
$7.50 an hour. And I was in VA. I was
Come
in
on,
Virginia.
man.
$7.50 an hour. And I couldn't afford to live there at that point. After a while I couldn't afford to live there and under that salary because so I had to end up moving back home to North Carolina and then just commuting. And then of course, gas was the killer, but I was looking for a
Yeah,
dealership. And then, so I started getting raises. But as
yeah,
I started getting raises, I'm thinking like, okay, I got a raise. But
yeah.
yo, because I started off so low that no matter how many raises I got, it was still like, yo, you're underpaid. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're
So
right. You're right,
so
bro.
once I left one spot and went to another one for a little bit more money, it's almost like I was underpaid.
Yes,
And
sir.
even though it was an increase, it was still underpaid. So but by the time I left the dealership, man, um, how can I say it? I was still underpaid. I ain't like I said, the story is too long, man. If I give you the breakdown, a lot of people don't even know the real story of the struggle
Gotcha.
But I stayed faithful through the struggle, man. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and after just going through so much, and I'm like, you know what, man, I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me just try to do this for myself. I've got to a point where I have reached every aspect of of the car of the car. I knew
Gotcha.
every
I got
I knew I pretty much had all the experience. I knew every aspect of the car. And at that point, I said, well, and then I had a little bit of experience in the business because I was put in position to deal with customers, run a crew.
you.
So I said, let me try going in business for myself. I ain't got nothing to lose at
Yes,
this point.
sir.
And
Yes,
so here we
sir.
are, 12 years later.
Man, I love it because, like I say, man, number one, you're a black business owner. You know what I'm saying? You moved up. You had one shop. You moved to a completely different location. You could
Hmm.
drop the address if you want to right here.
Oh yeah,
That's
no
on you.
doubt. Yeah, we're located 311 Forest Park Road in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we had so we did a Facebook live video. We had 600 viewers, man. That was our first episode. That was with Kenny Williams. Then we
Okay,
had Will Graves. Now we got you. So what I'm not comparing y'all. I'm not saying, all I'm saying is y'all black greatness, man. Y'all black men that's doing y'all thing in different walks of life, man. I
got
appreciate y'all for what y'all do, and y'all paving the forefront for other men. You know what I'm saying?
you. Right.
And
Thank you. And I
no,
appreciate the opportunity.
man, no problem, cuz. No problem, man. No problem at all. No problem at all. I want to talk about some more of your old schools, man. Tell me what all you have, or what all you had before you let them go, before you sold them, or before you
Man,
know, what all did you have, man?
man, I think I don't forget it, but let me see. Let me think back. So where it started, of course, my 72 Dodge Dart, that's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
Back in so I got that car when I was 14. I pretty much built that car from the time I was 14 until I was 19. I finished it when I was 19. Um and so 2000 what early 2000s I was riding around, big solid lift cam, beating, what I'm saying, 456 gears in
Right.
the back.
Yes, sir.
It was a lot of fun. It's something that you didn't really expect to see an 18-year-old driving around, you know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
So it got a lot of respect. After that, I want to say the next car I built was a 70 Chrysler Imperial.
Ooh,
70
ooh,
Chrysler Imperial. So around the time when so let's go back around the time when early 2000, 2005, 2006 when donks started to be real popular.
mhm.
Again, I had experience with building Chevy engines, but
Yeah,
I was still Mopar guy.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
and so around the time when the Donk started to be popular, I was like, man, I want a big body Chrysler. So I found a 70 Imperial. I built it, had it painted, had it redone, and man, the car was clean. It was
Come on, man.
immaculate. And back then, it was one step at a time. I was waiting on wheels. I couldn't afford the wheels at the time, so I was saving up for wheels. Never got a chance to put any wheels on it, and then I ended up selling it to a friend of mine. And I want to say 2009 is when I sold it. I sold that car, man, and bought my first main pieces of equipment for business, man.
That's what's up, man. That man, congrats on that, bro. Like
Appreciate it.
you got to move some things that you care about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To make some more money, bro. That's real talk,
definitely,
man. I know it
definitely.
hurt. I know it
It
hurt too.
did. It did. I put a lot of heart and soul. I put a lot of heart and soul in that car, man. And it was funny because it was like I want to say it was probably about 85% finished, and
Mm.
there was a few little odds and ends that I wanted to do, but I mean it was pretty much ready to go. And I told him, I said, look, man, if I sell the car, I mean, you're on your own far as finishing it, man, because you
Yeah,
know how it go.
yeah.
And however, and man, however, I got a heart. He came back and said, man, I can't find anybody that know anything about it. So
Yes,
I ended up working on it for him, man, and I kind of like, man, I wish I didn't sell it, but this
dang.
is one of the things I had to do, man,
I got you. I got you,
buy
man. I
equipment. But
understand that.
yeah, but after that, man, I took a break because I started business in 2009, so I had to kind of take a break from building projects for myself until about from for like a couple of years, and then I want to say 2010. Then that's when I built the '84 Buick Regal I had. I don't know if you remember
Come
that
on,
Regal.
man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
And that thing cold too. That thing
Yeah,
cold.
that was back when big lifts was a thing. So I kind of did that and uh put a lift on it, 10-inch lift on the '84 Buick
Mm,
Regal with the 26s.
mm, mm,
Like I
mm.
say, I wouldn't do that now, but back then it was a thing
I
to
got
do,
you.
and I
Ain't
did
nothing
it.
wrong with it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was clean, it was done inside and out. I sold that. And I built some other stuff, the C10. Ended up building the C10 after that. Uh, Man, I had a couple other cars, Mustangs, and a
Good.
couple of. Oh yeah, I built that the Fox body,
Come on, man.
the blue Fox body Mustang. Yeah, I had that. I built that. That
Yes,
was totally
sir.
ground up. Larry Pierce painted that. Shout out to Larry Pierce on that paint for that one.
Yes, sir. Plug
Um,
them. Plug them in, bro. Plug
yeah.
them in.
Look, he don't. I don't think. Look, I'm trying to call him out of retirement. He don't even paint no anymore. But yeah, he did his thing on that. That was like
Hey.
it was a that was a like I said, a project, that one of my favorite projects. And then after that, man, I built a couple of more. I had a GTO.
Come on,
I had
man.
the '05. That was '05, one of old school, but
Oh,
she
okay.
was
It
an
was
LS.
05.
That
Oh,
was,
but
that was my first LS.
it still had the 6 liter in it though.
It was the 5.7. It was the first
Oh, it's a
year,
five. Okay, okay, okay,
so the
okay,
five
okay,
seven. But that was my first LS.
okay. Ooh.
That's why I fell in love with LSs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, I
So
don't know about the 5.7 LS. I know like the 5.3 and the 6. But man, you got it though. I know you got it. I know you
yeah,
got it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so however, then after that, man, and then after that, I want to say that's when I really, really start dipping back into the old schools real heavy. And I picked up the '70 Buick LeSabre, and
So nasty. You don't
that
want to
was a
sell it.
fun car.
You don't want to
Huh?
sell it. You don't want to sell
I
it.
sold it. I sold the LeSabre,
Oh my
the
God.
all
Hold
white.
on.
Yeah,
Hold on. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh
yeah,
Lord. Hold on.
yeah. I ended up
What?
selling that LeSabre. It was white with a black vinyl top. The interior was all white, man,
Yes,
with with,
sir.
with black stitching.
Nasty.
That was a fun car, man. It was a
God
fun
dang.
car. But
Oh Lord.
after that, and then I got the Cadillac, and I've
Man, that
had it for the
Cadillac.
last year and a half.
Boy, look. That purple. What color is that?
Lavender.
Man, boy, look. I see that. I see
Appreciate it.
it so clean. That bit so crispy. I don't care what
Appreciate it.
nobody's. That bit so crispy, cuz.
Thanks,
When I
man.
tell you that bit so clean out, man, look, boy. That's a clean motherfucker, man. So where did you pick that up, man? Did you have to do anything to it? Like where'd you
Nah, actually, it was already restored when I got it. So I
mm,
got it from a friend of mine. He acquired it. He acquired it through a deal, and then when he acquired it, as soon as it touched down, he told me about it. He's like, "Hey man, I ended up with this car. It ain't really my speed, but I ended up with it. Whatever, whatever." He like, "Just been restored. You need to see
Gotcha.
it." And I'm like, "Okay, I ain't really thinking about buying another car right now because I think at the time I had a couple of trucks. I was dealing with off road stuff too,
Ooh,
and he ended up bringing it. He ended up saying like, "Man, you need to see this car." So he ended up
yeah.
just showing up with it, and I was, I looked it over, and sure enough, it had been fully restored,
Damn.
frame off, man, frame off. I mean, the frame has been powder coated,
Yes,
everything
sir.
underneath had been replaced, all new bolts.
Yes,
Man, it
sir.
was complete, and man, so that he kept pressuring me like, "Man, just come by, drive, bring the wife, let the wife see it, just drive it." And yeah, so I ended up doing it, man. I ended up I don't know why. I don't know.
If,
I really was a big Cadillac fan at the time, but
if,
I liked it. 'Cause a friend of mine had one.
uh,
Shout out to Maurice Thomas, man. Like he's like the caddy king.
yeah,
He's
okay,
had some hot
okay.
caddies in his day. So working on kind of working on his, putting wheels on it, and I kind of liked them. But when I started to look at it, I'm like, man, I can do this.
Yes,
So
sir.
I
Could
ended up went around there, took my wife, she drove it, and she kind of liked it. And then next thing I know, I ended up with a '68 Cadillac Coupe de Ville in my garage.
that be so nasty. Good.
Appreciate it, man.
How that thing drive, man? How that thing drive?
Man, like a Cadillac. It's smooth.
Uh, what size motor it got in it?
It's a 472. 472 big block. I mean, and man, it's smooth. Like it's smooth,
Good.
man.
One of the
Seriously.
mafia style trunks, huh? One of the mafia
Huge.
style trunks.
Yeah. Yeah. You can lay down in that bad boy. Straight.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I had a few, like, I never had a Cadillac. I'm gonna talk about my
Mhm.
old schools real. Man, you kill me in old schools. First off, you kill everybody.
Hey.
And look, while you were talking, I was thinking, do you
Mhm.
have an Instagram page for your cars or trucks?
Yeah. Yeah. You can follow me on CB_auto tire.
Whew, there we go, right there. Plug, man. Promo. Hey, get it in, cuz. Man, anytime you feel like plugging yourself, man, you deserve it. Real talk.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Man, no problem, man. You put in the work, man. You deserve it. I had a 77 Buick LeSabre
Okay.
that it was the Lando coupe, right? I had one
What
of
color?
those.
What color was it?
Green. I bought it from Keishay. I bought it from Keishay.
Got you. Because he had a white
Yeah.
one too, right?
I had the white one. I sold that one to Keishay. I
And
had
I
the
ended up with the
concrete.
white one.
Yeah. That was
I didn't know you at the time. I didn't know it at the time, and I ended up with the white one.
yes,
And I
sir.
ended up selling the white one. And
God.
I wish I had never sold it. I wish I kind of kept that one because actually it would
Yeah.
have been perfect to put a 6.0 in, man.
Yes, sir. Man, that Buick.
Yeah.
Look, the motor was tore up when I sold it. I'm gonna tell you, I bought a 5.7 to put in it from
Yeah.
Chevy, right? From
Okay.
it was from Big Bucks.
Okay.
The big when Big Bucks used to sell motors,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, yeah. So I picked up a 5.7 in the transmission.
Okay.
I had this guy. I said, man, look, I posted on Facebook. I need somebody to put it in for me. Guy posted came and put it in, never showed up. I didn't pay him, but he never showed up. So I ended
Okay.
up selling the motor. Then I sold the car. So that's what ultimately transpired with that with that
Gotcha.
white on white. The interior
Gotcha.
was white, the outside was white. It had the
Yeah.
Buick rims on it. She was
Yeah.
clean. The bitch was
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah. It
No,
was. It was. And I don't know how I found out about the car, but I think he was trying to sell it. And I don't know how I found out about it. I went and looked at it and I saw where like the motor was apart. And I said, okay,
yeah,
man, I'll just snatch this motor out and I'll put something else in it. And like I said, with these projects, I bought it, man, and I never did anything with it.
yeah. It
And
just
yeah, and I ended up selling it to a friend of mine, and he has it right now. I think he got it put away, and you know, every now and then I holler and say, hey man, you think about selling that Buick? He's like,
Hey man, hey, if he sell it, let me know, bro. I'll buy that bitch
nah.
back. I
Look,
swear to
I've
God.
been trying to get it back from him, but he's like, nah, because the body was pretty clean and straight on it.
Man,
But
the
whatever
body.
happened to the El Camino? You had an El Camino too, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm gonna tell you what happened to the El Camino.
Okay.
Man, so driving the El Camino, I was working in Burt T as a teacher right? I was teaching,
Okay.
working in Burt
Mm-hmm.
T. On the way back from Burt T, it was hot. It was like 103, 104 that day. I swear to God, it was hot.
Okay.
I was
Right.
pushing that wall, right? So the thing kind of bucked on me. I'm like,
Okay.
hey, hold on now. You know, I'm going over the Edenton Bridge. It bucked on me because I just had a fuel pump put on it. Just had some fuel on the fuel pump. Yeah, just had the fuel pump put on it. But driving it bucked on me. I'm like, okay. It started losing power going over the Edenton Bridge. Right?
Okay.
I pushed it from the Edenton Bridge to the Dollar General in Edenton off that over to my Tasty Freeze. I pushed it, then it gave up on me. It gave up on me. So Fire Ford and Edenton picked it up.
Okay.
Fire Ford and Edenton picked it up. They came and got it. I called them. I said, hey man, I'm trying to get my car back. Mm-hmm. Oh man, look, man, it's gonna cost you such to get the car back. All right, cool. I drive around there, go over there, talk to them. The car gone. So I don't know what. I swear, it ain't over there no more. It ain't in the because they had it locked up in the little back in the gate or whatever. It ain't over there. I got the title and everything. I still got the title.
Oh man, you serious?
I'm so serious. Bro, drive the Fire Ford. Whenever you get an opportunity, drive the Fire Ford in Edenton over there by the Wendy's.
Yeah.
Just go back there. Just kind of glance back there, drive around, glance and see the little back gate. It ain't back there.
That's crazy, man.
That's so crazy. It was clean. It was clean.
I remember.
Yes,
I
sir.
remember.
Yes, sir.
Man,
so
look, one thing I don't forget is cars. So I remember that.
Yes, sir. No. Yeah. You can put it right there. I'm gonna get it. Okay. I had the 93 Caprice. I ended up selling that. I bought that for 300. Ended up selling it. I put the Impala SS rims I had got. That's when we found out.
Yeah. That we were family. Yeah. You came through and bought the rims from me. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's crazy, and that's crazy too that we found out that our grandfathers was brothers, man.
That's crazy, man. That was crazy. Just that I was like, yo, hold on, bro. You know, and I was like, my folks, and then you start explaining your people, and I'm like, yo, that's wild. Yeah. That's wild, man. Yeah. That's wild.
Unfortunately, the bad part about it is I don't know a lot of my family.
Yeah, ain't no problem, man.
Over on that side.
Yeah.
You know, so like off gate, you know, a lot of times like we was talking, and then you know certain things started to sound familiar, and you know then we figured it out. But yeah, I have a lot of family in Chihuahua, man. But from my granddad's side, but you know, a lot of them I don't know.
I got you.
You know, but you know that's how it go, man.
Yeah, I know how it go, man. People lose contact and they start, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So don't need man. So when I bought this truck, man, everything ran good, but I had like a little exhaust leak or whatever. I needed to replace the donut gasket, right?
Okay.
So I tried to replace the donut gasket, strip the bolt off. Dude down the street was like, look, bro, don't even worry about it. Buy some headers, I put them on for free. Put them on for free, and then that's the little mistake happened when I burnt up my starter wire. Put some electric tape around it to try to, you know what I'm saying, nigga rig it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That Wi-Fi too thin. Yeah.
Man,
the good thing is that's an easy fix though. That's the good thing.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna bring it to you. I want you. This is what I want you to do. I'm gonna save up some money, right? Send me a few options for the 8 lug. You know what I'm saying? I want some chrome. I'm gonna go back original. It's brown and like a cream on the top, like a two-tone. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So send me some options, some chrome options, you know what I'm saying? Something that you think you would like, whatever, and then we'll You know what I'm saying? We'll parlay in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. That's a bet.
Yes, sir. Man, talk to me about building a car from the ground up. Like, how do you do it? What do you start with?
Man.
Like if you just restoring a car, let's start here. If you
Okay.
restoring a box Chevy that runs, it's already running. It might run a little rich. It
Okay.
might run a little lean. It starts and drives. You put gas in it. You can drive it to work. How do you
Okay.
restore?
First thing first is being that the car is already running.
Mm-hmm.
Get familiar with what works and what don't work.
Okay.
That's first thing first.
Okay.
So once you get familiar with what works and what don't work, then you're not tearing down a car and putting it back together, and then being like, well, dang, this here ain't working. Was it working before?
Yeah, I got you.
So while you're tearing it down, well, if you figure out what works, what don't work, while you're tearing it down, you can kind of know, okay, I need to fix this because this didn't work before. I need to look for this. I need to improve this, whatever the case may be. And that's very important, especially with electrical, because if you're building a car, you're tearing apart, you want to invest money in good electrical.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but before you tear one down, if you got one that's already, drivable, before you tear it down, first thing first, you need to figure out how far you want to go with it and budget. First of all,
Gotcha.
and I'm just gonna throw this out here. I do not build cars for a living. I don't. I do it as a hobby. People
Put
be
it
like,
out there
man,
because
yeah,
people got it confused and twisted.
yeah, they do. And honestly, man, it's like this. I could do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I could do. Sometimes I'll show it on social media, and I'll do something, man, and I'll do something, and then all of a sudden I get inbox or I get messages or comments like, "Hey, how much you charge for this? How much you charge for that?" And I'm like, I don't do it for business,
Gotcha. I
I
got you.
I do it for a hobby. However, it's something that I'm showing that I can do, but at the same time, like I have, like, matter of fact, prime example, I learned how to paint. Well,
Yeah.
shout out to Alan Gaganis. Shout out to Alan Gaganis. He was my body guy at one point, where he was doing all my work,
Gotcha.
and so when I reached out to him, he was doing all my work, and I kind of said, look, man, I want to learn how to paint because some things, like when it comes to wheels, it's very tedious,
Yeah.
and a lot of painters don't have time to do those jobs. So I was
Gotcha.
like, look, man, I want to learn how to paint. So he taught me, and when
Gotcha.
he taught me, so it kind of made it to where I knew my way around or doing some things, and so I showed that what I could do, far as what I could do. But I said, hey, shout out to my guy. You go see my guy, Alan Gaganis. He's the one that's doing it. That he taught me, but hey, he's the painter. That's who I go to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Gotcha.
however, however, I still got people like, well, how much you charge, man? I don't paint. Just for my own hobby. But anyway, so I got off track a little bit,
No,
but
no, you good. You good. You good. You good. Go ahead. This
but
this your conversation, bro. Take it where you want to, man. I
got
told
you,
you in the DM, bro. Take it where you want to take it, man. It's you.
got you. And, so yeah, I don't build cars for business. It's strictly automotive repair,
Mhm.
service, minor repair, service, and of course tires and wheels. But as a hobby, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I do as far as building my own cars and whatnot.
Gotcha.
So, but as far as building your own, man, you got to figure out your budget. You figure out your
Yeah.
budget, how far you want to go with it, um, and then map it out and go from there, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The truth is, building a car is not for everybody. Either
Man, say
if you're
that
gonna build a car,
again.
yeah, building a car is not for everybody.
That's the
Either,
name of this episode. Building a car is not for everybody.
it's not, man. It's not. Cause two things you need to have. You need to have either a lot of knowledge or a lot of money. One of the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest
Man.
with you, man. I didn't come into this game with a lot of money.
Mm.
However, I learned. I read and I was willing to learn. I asked questions, and I started when I started building my own cars. A lot of I was putting in a lot of labor that I didn't have to pay someone else, and so I saved money that way. But if you're not mechanically inclined, be prepared to have a lot of money because
Man,
it
look,
it, it,
man.
it costs.
Cause I don't mean to cut you off, man, but it took me 3 days to put on the water pump on that 77 Buick.
Got you.
3 days.
Got you.
Look, I did it by myself. I felt accomplished. It shouldn't take me that long. First off, I ain't know where the water pump was.
Right.
I was like, hold on, where is it? What is it?
Right.
What does it do? I need to figure this out. I found it. I was like, I said, hey man, what this thing I asked to do with the advance? I was like, hey man, what this thing at? Man, it's right in the front, man. All you gotta do is do bet. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. I felt accomplished ever since. After that, I was like, oh shit, you can't tell me nothing.
Right. I got you.
But I mean, of course, you still gotta take it to the mechanics, and you still gotta, figure out things. Hold on, let me close the door real quick. Hold on, man.
Okay.
Hey, baby, give me a hug. Come here, give me a hug for you. Mom, give it. Come on, go ahead. All right, man, I'm back. My daughter and my family home, man.
Got you.
But she about to cut in. And all right, well, this is my daughter right here, man. That's your cousin. Say, hey.
What's up, little cuz? What's up? She's like, who this guy?
You tell your cousin you be messing with your tour car sometime. You do. You be acting like you be fixing on them. She be acting like she be working on a little something, man.
Keep it up. I might have to give her a job one day, man.
Hey, man. Hey, keep it in the family, man. Keep it in the family.
Exactly.
What was I, man?
You were saying about, you had to put your water pump on. You put the water pump on your car.
Yeah, it took me 3 days. So,
yeah.
I felt accomplished. I felt like I did something. I felt like it was, a major accomplishment because I didn't grow up around vehicles, man. All I knew was put gas and ride, check the oil, change the oil, right? But after I started learning little things, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I could do a little something, man. I could do a little something. So like if you on a budget, man, if you on a limited budget, say I'm gonna just throw something out there. Say you work at McDonald's and you want to build a car. Say you took your income tax.
Okay.
You bought you a box Chevy for $750. And one of your partners told you, hey man, look, bro, all you gotta do is go to Pick and Pull, goddamn, and just go get somebody to pull the motor, man. Crackhead Bobby, he'll go pull the motor for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
150,
right.
Give him 150, he'll go pull the motor for you. You know what I'm saying? You get it back, he'll put the motor in. If you're on a limited budget, what's your best bet, man?
Man, now for $750, is the box Chevy running?
It's running, but you better not drive it back. Okay, let's say you found it in Newport News or Portsmouth.
Okay.
Let's say you found it in Virginia.
Okay.
Let's say you found it in Virginia.
Okay.
Portsmouth, you got to drive it back, or you got to get it back to your crib in North Carolina somehow. Okay, baby. All right, Daddy working right now, baby. Daddy see you, okay? Daddy be in there. Close my door, baby. Close the door. Thank you. All right, man. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no problem. So you said so $750. You got this box Chevy. You got to drive it back from Portsmouth or Newport News. And you said so the motor is weak. It's on its last leg, and you got to start. So first thing first, you do want to start with the drivetrain. You do want to have, and again, this is up to the individual.
Okay.
It's up to the individual what the individual want, and so I approach it totally different because I'm mechanically inclined. Like I say, building cars ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
So when I say that, I say that to also say sometimes it's cheaper to buy a car already ready to go. And you don't think for instance, like a box Chevy, a box Chevy, you thinking, okay, I bought this car for $750. Okay, I go get a motor and I can do this over time. I can do this, I can do that. Man, listen, if you don't have the patience to really make a project drawn out, you can
Yeah.
lose interest.
Boy.
However, when you start really like adding up the cost here there, before you know it, you know, you'll have more money involved than if you went ahead and found you a box Chevy that was already mechanically
Yeah.
sound, maybe need a little body with, but mechanically sound, and you pay. Let's just throw a number like it might be a box Chevy out there for 4 or 5 grand that
Yeah. Yeah.
mechanically sound but need some body work,
You
and then
might as well.
yeah, and that money might be well spent. All you have to do is just throw some wheels on it or something. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But
Yes,
so it's all
sir.
depending on the individual. Me, I'll be honest with you. I buy a box Chevy for seven
Huh?
fifty. You know, it either gotta be a two door or Brougham. And
Yes, sir.
man, first thing
Hey.
I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm taking that 305 out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might have a 350, but more like a 305. I'm
What's
taking
up?
that joint out, man. And one or two things to me, the easiest thing to me to do right now is take that out, take that little 305 out, and go get you a LS out of a.
Yes, sir.
You can get
So,
an
so,
LS out of a junkyard running
okay.
and drop it in. You know, buy you a wire harness, plug and play, and then now you got newer technology in an
Yes,
old
sir.
school car,
Yes, sir.
and less headache. But even that costs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Even
sir.
that
It
costs.
does, man.
You
Like
know.
I was looking at LS swaps
Hmm.
in the 83. I was like, man, hey, I talked to a guy named Rob,
Hmm.
right? I forgot what he said. He works for a company, a government company. He does electronics. I'm
Hmm.
not sure. You might know him. You might know
Okay.
him. He does
Okay.
like electronics or whatever for like the government or whatnot.
Okay.
But he told me it's gonna cost me maybe like 5 or 6 grand for a full LS swap.
Yeah, that's true. Because once you go get the engine, you want to get a good engine that runs or whatnot, with some good mileage on it. Um, you're gonna spend $500. Even if you get like a standalone harness, you'll spend $500 on that. Of course, you need fuel pump, or whatnot. Um, make sure you get the computer and everything to go with the engine so you can plug and play with that. Uh, you're gonna need to take the VATs off so you won't have the security issues. Transmit. Then you got to look into transmission, whether you're gonna, you know, keep the stock transmission or go with the 4L60 or whatever.
Dang.
Uh, and then of course, um, your labor. The labor involved. And really, you could do a little bit cheaper if you're not going to go inside and put a cam in it. But if you're going to put cam in it, cam, lifters, springs, I mean, shoot, for good quality stuff, you're $1,000 right there, just for
Good,
those two
great.
things, man, for cam, lifters, and springs. So it adds up, man. Or you could just go. I mean, or you could just be like, look, just get a 350 crate motor.
Mm.
Um, Order one, 350 crate motor already built, and just drop that in there, and less money.
Yes, sir.
You got
Like,
a brand new motor.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I heard years ago, man. I was telling one of my other cousins from Plymouth. I was like, look, man, I want to get into the car, the car movement, the car culture.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And he was like, man, you choosing an expensive hobby.
It is, man. Oh my goodness, it is,
Man,
man.
look,
It
man,
is.
it's so expensive, man. And it's just stuff that wears up over time. Even if you have an old school,
Yeah,
the square body, like me and you have, the
yeah.
parts are cheap, but it adds up over time. You know
It
what
do,
I'm
man.
saying?
It do. It do.
Like
It
you be
do.
like, yo, I paid that for that, but I just got
Yeah,
this. Hold on,
yeah,
hold on. You know,
yeah.
man. And one thing I told my brother about was this, and my brother, he's just now getting into the car culture.
Hmm.
I said, man, um, it's fun to find the old school artifacts. When you need something for that Buick
Hmm.
and nobody has it,
Hmm.
and you got to hunt that motherfucker down. You
Yeah,
got to
and when
hunt
you
that.
get it, yeah, it's like you found a diamond in the rough. Like, man,
Man,
you
what?
feel like you Indiana Jones. You
Man,
know what I'm
good
saying?
gracious.
Found a precious stone.
Yes, sir. Man, I got a Mercury Marauder right now, a '03.
Oh, for real?
Man,
Okay,
it's outside. That's
okay,
my. I drive that to work.
got you.
What can I do with it? What? Tell me something that I can. I need to put a little twerk. It got 210,000. It was an old state trooper. It was an old police car, old detective John.
Okay,
It got 210,000. I bought it with like 186, something like that.
okay,
I done drove it to Georgia back and forth, motherfucker
okay,
ride. Only thing went out on me so far is the air suspension. So I took
okay.
that off and I put on the springs,
Spring.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Got
convertible.
coilovers in the front.
Okay,
Um, overdrive. The bitch get down. The motherfucker
okay,
get down now.
okay,
But
okay.
I want to know what can I do with that, man? Like, give me some. What? How can I
It's a
add a
lot.
little bit more to it?
The good thing is, man, I mean, there's a lot you could do. I mean, first thing first is maybe, you know, look at this like some underdrive pulleys, exhaust, underdrive pulleys, exhaust, intake system. I don't know what kind of gears were coming at Marauder. I can't remember what they came with from the factory, but gears and programmer. You know what I mean? And that's like
Hey,
some of the
look.
easiest things to do off gate before you start going internal. And maybe do that stuff, bolt on stuff right now. There's a lot of bolt on stuff. Do the bolt on stuff now. Get a little fun out of it. And then, if you feel like the motor start to get a little weak because of mileage and age, then go inside and start,
Hey,
change ham and stuff.
I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna bring it to you. Let you check it out, and
Okay,
you tell me. You know what I'm saying. You give me because I'm making some decent money. You know what I'm saying. Doing what
okay,
I'm doing, where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying. I'm in
cool,
Portsmouth.
cool,
We,
cool.
we'll chat. We'll chat with
Okay,
about, you know what I'm
okay,
saying. But just know, I'm about to get my 609 too. I already have my 608. I already
got you.
got my 608. You know what I'm saying.
Okay,
So if you need a dude, I can come and do some shit for free. I just want
okay,
some experience, bro. I just want
got
some
you,
experience. You know what I'm saying. You teach me what you
got you.
know about 609 shit. I already got my license for the 608. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying? We can boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? I want to do a little something, something, man. I was
got
looking at I was looking at some stuff, man, and I want to
got you,
expand my horizons. You know what I'm talking
got
about?
you,
To do some
got
different
you.
stuff, man. I got my HVAC. I thought about
Okay,
going and get my little auto, you know what I'm saying, auto mechanic, automotive job,
okay.
but I don't. So that's another good question. Do you need to be born into it? You know what I'm saying? Do you need to be, you know what I'm saying, mechanically inclined from a youth? Or can you get into it in your older age if you learn, you know what I'm saying, how to change oil or how to
Oh,
take off a water pump? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Can you get
most
into it?
definitely. Yeah, you don't have to be really born into it, man. You just really have to have, an interest, but you have to be mechanically inclined, man. You have to
Got,
have a smarts for mechanics, a smarts for understanding how things work,
got you.
understanding how things work and what it takes to make things work. And
Got you.
you have to have that, man.
Got
Um, you know, I recommend that. I've had people tell me, man, you in a good field. I want to get into the field you in.
you. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, the automotive field is something you want to get into young.
Yeah.
It ain't, to me, it's not the field that you, when at 40 years old, you want to decide, I want to be a mechanic for a living.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard on you. And I've seen some people do it, man, but I feel like, so as a mechanic, for one, um, the biggest thing that what people don't realize with mechanics is,
Mhm.
along with going to school and or learning about the field,
Mhm.
mechanics spend a lot of money in tools and equipment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And every year things are changing. Every year things are changing. The automakers are making stuff to where you need special tools to work on these cars. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been buying tools all my life. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Man, I believe it.
And
I
so
believe
for the last 20 years, I practically been buying tools, and I have a big, huge collection of tools. and I still find stuff that I need to buy from time to time.
Yes, sir. Because
And
like I'm sorry to cut you off because I know
yeah,
something changing every year, man. I know something is
yeah,
changing every month, every day, because
man,
the new motor that come out. You know, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And oh no, you good, man. And so with that being said, as a young mechanic, it was a little bit easier on me because I could buy tools. I had a tool bill before I had a mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, good
So
gracious.
right.
That's
So being a young dude, man, it's nothing to talk to a young mechanic and they have a tool bill of, you know, $500 a month tool bill. You know
yes,
what I
sir.
mean? And a lot of people don't realize that. And that's just a number I'm just throwing out there. Some even have more a month tool
Ooh,
bill
good gracious.
just for tools. You know what I'm saying? To make money. And so that's kind of tough on somebody, man, that has a family and you have a mortgage, you have responsibilities, and then you
Yeah,
have this high expensive tool bill every month, and just trying to get into it and work your way up. 20
yeah.
years of me collecting tools, man, it's still stuff that I from time to time have to buy.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely something you want to get into young if you want to go into the field as a career.
Yeah, yeah.
But
True,
for a
true.
hobby, man, I mean, if you have interest in it by far, go for it, man.
I got
In today's time, you have to have also interest in computers because you almost have to be an IT guy now to be a
you. Come on,
mechanic.
man.
We're technicians now. We're not even no longer mechanics. We're technicians. Everything is technical.
Dang, that's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
That's a jewel, bro. That's a jewel. Because man, a lot of people still think it's, you know what I'm saying, hand wrenching when it's this right here. Like you got
Yeah,
to know, like you got to type on that mom, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's
Need to
crazy,
figure
man.
out
Look, I've used computers to put brake pads on before. Plenty of
that's
times.
crazy.
Yeah, like your foreigns, man. You need a computer to like for the rear brakes because the parking brake is electronic. So a lot of times you need a scan tool to retract, so you can retract the piston, so you can put
Yeah.
the pads on and then reactivate it back so that it'll work like it's
Dang.
supposed to, man. Like, yeah,
That's
just to do
crazy.
brake pads.
And see, a lot of people, a lot of young people, a lot of people our age, they
Hmm.
don't think about that. They don't think, all they think is foreign. All they think,
Right,
man, I gotta get this Audi or I gotta get this BM. You know what I'm saying?
man.
I gotta they don't think about the cost of maintenance. They don't think about the
Hmm.
brake pads. Just
Hmm.
I'm glad you brought up brake pads and electronics because me and my partners, we had this conversation.
Hmm.
Dodge is whoring out horsepower. Dodge is taking that 392 and putting
Hmm.
it in everything, right? And
Right.
giving you the suspension, they giving you the brake package, they giving you the transmission, the engine. What kind of interior are they giving you? Like they giving you so they
Right, like
they just like, hey bro, go ahead, take
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like they gonna look, they gonna cut it somewhere, right?
You
They
know
gonna
what I'm
cut the
saying?
cost somewhere. Yeah.
You know, so like, man, where do you think Dodge took over? Do you think Dodge took over uh the muscle car game, the car game, period? You think Dodge took it over?
I think, man, I can't say they took it over, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they really opened up uh some new opportunities, and I
Yeah,
say that because everybody, so every maker have their thing for high performance. Well, I
gotcha.
think Dodge kind of stepped it up was they went back kind of like old school, like back in the 60s when you actually had factory built race cars.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and Dodge was doing it back in the day. And however, they kind of took it back to then to where, you order your Hellcat, you got two keys. You know what I'm saying? For performance
right.
difference. And then like your Demons, they're practically factory built race cars, man. And I ain't gonna say they took it over, but I'm gonna be honest with you. They really gave some new opportunities for from power from the factory. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Definitely. And
sir.
and everybody, once one do something, the other makers, they're in tune. They're gonna try to do something to compete. Ford got the Coyote, man. They got the Coyote. Of course, Chevy got, GM got that thing too.
Yeah.
But Dodge, man, honestly, that like the Hellcats and the Demons, man, they making some crazy power in stock form with just little bolt on stuff.
Yeah.
Man, crazy power. I have a friend of mine that has one, man, and shout out to Tim Mikolajczyk. He's making crazy power,
Come
and
on, man.
yeah, I can't talk about what he. I can't give the secrets to what he's done, but man,
Does he take it to Mexico? Does he take it to Mexico?
man, this is the thing. Wherever Mexico is, every time I turn around, every time I turn around, I'm seeing Mexico on these Instagram posts, and wherever Mexico is, I don't know if there's one Mexico or if there's more than one Mexico here, but every time I turn around, somebody's in Mexico racing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the truth, bro. That's the
Yeah, so
truth.
wherever Mexico is, man, there's a lot of racing going on.
They pushing it, bro.
Right.
Man, oh, so look, bro. The Dodge. So what can Chevrolet do to kind of catch up? Like, can Chevrolet do anything? Can GM do anything? Because they took the Camaro off the market, right?
Man, I don't know about for 2021.
Yeah, they took it off the market, man. The only
Okay,
thing.
I wasn't aware that I had, like I said, I haven't been up on as far as 2021. But I'm be honest with you, man. They all it's how can I say? I ain't gonna say I can't say that Chevy is behind the game, that is behind or nothing like that. It all depends on the consumer once they purchase these cars, how far they want to go with it. You
Gotcha.
know,
I got
each
you.
automaker, they have the power upgrades that you can buy even from the dealership, from the factories, to get as much as you can get out of them.
I
It's up
got you.
to the enthusiasts what they're doing, and
I like
so
it. I like that answer. I like the answer
yeah,
because it's like, hey, bro, Chevy, if you want to holler at me, bro, you know what I mean? Hey, cuz,
yeah,
holler at cuz, man. Chevrolet, holler at cuz, man. Dodge, holler at cuz. Dude, be
yeah,
moving numbers in Elizabeth City, man. Come forward.
yeah.
If they made a 6.0 or a 6.2 Impala, if they
Mhm.
brought out a 6.0 Impala, right? Because right now they got the 6-cylinder. Right? They got the V6
Okay,
motherfucker,
okay,
right? If they came out with the V8,
okay,
not with the 5.3, with the 6 something on it,
okay.
how would you feel? How would you feel?
Well, I think so now with you believe it or not, man, you have these cars. Well, you talking about like 2021 or because
2021.
okay, for 2021. I mean, at this point, it won't. They be far beyond the 6.0. You're into the other LS. Well, actually, they're going back to the LT1 stuff. Well,
Come on,
not that,
man.
but the new technology LT1. But like I said, don't quote me on it, man. I'm not too big on
Ain't no
what
problem.
the new 2021 technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So,
Ain't
but
no problem.
however, uh, like I said, I don't want to say nothing wrong as far as what they're doing in 2021, what they're not doing in 2021, as far as models or whatever. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's something out there, man.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
for a
So,
long
so
time, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you a car that surprised me. For a while, and I can't remember the years, but for a long time, I didn't know. Like I wasn't down in Atlanta, Georgia, man,
mhm.
back in 2016, and
Yeah.
I ended up I ended up seeing was at the racetrack, ended up seeing the Chevy SS. Have you seen one?
Woo! Yes, sir. You talking about like the 14, like the 2014,
Yeah,
15? Yes,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Have
Yes,
you
sir.
seen, man, those joints, man? And it was crazy. And at the time, it was crazy because at the time when I seen it, I had never seen them before,
Yeah.
especially in person, to
Do they
really know
run?
what it was.
Do they
Man,
run?
yeah, man. Joints were flying, man. Jones was
What?
flying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
What?
they were flying. So, you know, and like I say, I'm more so. I don't know what they got going on for 2021 and what's out there. I haven't really been up real sharp on it, but Chevy got some stuff out there, man.
Come on, man.
They
Come
got some
on,
stuff out
man.
there.
All right, so look, let me ask you this. If GM brought back, so I was talking to my homeboy, I was like, look, man, if you put a turbo V6, just like the Buick Regal got the new Buick Regal, you can do something, right?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not bring back the Grand National? Why
Some
not?
things I feel like some things is best left alone.
Mm, point
Man,
proof. Point
you
proof.
bring the Grand National back, man, and then you got LeBron and over again. The argument between
Yeah.
this is best left alone, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Come
You know what I
on,
mean?
man. Come on, just leave it alone, man.
Yeah,
So
sometimes that's
leave it
best
in the
left
past.
alone.
Come on, man.
Yeah, just
So
leave it in the past. I mean, I love the car. However, man, you really got to go over the top to top that the Grand National was a car for its day, man.
mm,
It's a car for its day.
yes,
As we
sir.
get as you go on, you start to realize, okay, that V6 won't put down the power that they thought that
Yeah.
now in today's time it won't really. But back then it was okay. But now we
Yeah,
realize,
back then.
that won't really the power that we have that we're capable of now. You know what I mean? But and it goes, and then it's just the crazy part about it.
It's real.
Even it goes further back to that. Back in the day, you had like small block muscle cars, man, that was only had like 235 horsepower or 275
Yeah.
horsepower from the
Yeah.
factory. You know what I mean? It was faster than
Mhm.
back then. You know what I mean? Now you got V6 putting out that kind of horsepower. You
Man,
know,
what?
so.
Man, bro. When I bought my Marauder, right, I was thinking that I could
Mhm.
run my brother. My brother got a little, was it a four banger Mustang, the four cylinder Mustang, the turbo?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking I could run with him. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
No,
man. This new technology, man. New
it's
technology.
new
So that's
technology,
so
bro.
that's why I'm real big into putting the newer style engines and drivetrain and technology into the older cars. You know what I mean? So you
Gotcha.
have the best of both worlds. That's why I'm in tune to that right there. So.
What can I do as far as an upgrade to the Marauder? Like, can I put a newer? Because they was telling, I was reading on blogs and whatnot, right? They were saying the
Mhm.
5.4 really isn't an upgrade. They were saying like it's cool, but it's not, an upgrade to the 4.6 32 valve joint this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Well, what should I go? Should I go 5.0 like Coyote? But them joints like
Oh man.
15,000.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
up there, but I'm gonna be honest, a 50 Coyote, that's an upgrade to anything for real.
Come
Shit. What kind of power they make?
on.
Yeah.
Like, cause them joints kind of expensive though, right?
Yeah, they are, but they expensive, man, because they're still fairly new. You know what I mean? They're still
Word.
fairly new. And yeah, and but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I mean, I would say it's up to you. It's up to you how what you want to do, how far you want to go, what you want out of it, man. I would say whatever you decide to research it. You know what I
I
mean?
got
Research it.
I got
Yeah.
so you think it rebuild like is a rebuild a little bit easier than what I'm saying going completely new? Like going completely like should I break it down? Go ahead and fix the truck, drive the truck, and rebuild the Marauder motor, or should I replace it? 210
Now,
still drive like a champ.
now hold on. You talking about the Marauder, not the truck, but the Marauder.
The Marauder, the truck drive like
Okay.
a champ. Like so, my
I'm
plan
be
is
honest with you. If you're gonna rebuild, me personally, if you're gonna rebuild the Marauder, the engine in the Marauder, I mean, I would look at you know changing, rotating assembly in the bottom, doing like stroke it. If you're gonna tear it down, you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna do it, just do
Ooh,
it. Just
come
stroke it.
on, man.
However, yeah, today's time, man, with a lot of these engines, a lot of people ain't really rebuilding these motors and staying stock.
Mm.
If you're tearing them down, because these motors hold together, man, so much more than what the old school motors did.
Yes,
The old
sir.
school motor, it won't nothing to rebuild an old school motor.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why, and
Yes,
it
sir.
costs so much now to rebuild them because the parts and the internals they last long. Excuse me, they last long and they cost so much more. But there ain't no sense to me. There's no sense in with these newer engines unless you got something that's broke. There's no
Yeah.
sense in just tearing it down and just rebuilding it and leaving it stop. I'm a firm believer. If you're gonna tear it down, go ahead and put a stroker kit in the bottom end of that bad boy, man.
My
So you can
homeboy,
really turn some stuff up.
my homeboy just put a rotating assembly on his motor to put in his box Chevy. I
Yeah.
wish he was up here. He's one of the guys that's usually up here, but he ain't up here today. He can talk to
Okay.
you about motors all day. I'm gonna
Got it.
have to bring you back. I'm gonna have to bring you back so you can talk to
Okay.
him, and then y'all can, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I'm thinking about it. Cuz for real. Like
For real.
I really want to do something with this Marauder. Cause I got a little dent on the side of it I need to take care of, but I've been
Okay.
having it for about a year now. Like it
Okay.
ain't, you know what I'm saying? It drive fine, shift fine. Dude put a shift
Okay.
kit in it. Man, look, man. When I come see you, I'm gonna let you test drive it, and you tell me
Okay.
what you like, what it needs. You know what I'm
Bet.
saying?
But what color is it?
Black.
Oh yeah.
Black,
Oh yeah.
just so black. And
Oh yeah.
man, she called. Yeah, she called now. She
Yeah.
hey, come see her, man. It's the
How
03.
many colors did they make in them joints? Were all of them black or
So in 03, I believe they came out in like silver and black, and in 04 they
okay?
came out with like blue, like a
Did they have that red,
maroon.
that burgundy,
Yeah,
the
that
maroon color?
maroon. Yeah,
Okay. And that's
maroon,
why I asked
burgundy,
that.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
like that. So I was like, and then they came out with was it blue, maroon, and something else? Because I know because when I was looking at it, I looked it up. I was like, okay, I want something with a flow shifter, but I
Yeah.
want something, you know what I'm saying, updated so I can put my daughter car seat in the back,
Right.
right? So I
Right.
was looking at the LX Sport Crown Victoria because they got the floor
Okay.
shifter because they got the
Okay.
same, you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
P71, you know, stuff.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
Okay,
agreeing with
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was the LX Sport, uh, the LX Sport Grand Marquis, and then it was the Mercury Grand Marquis GS. I want to say it had the floor
Okay.
shifter in it. I
Okay.
want to say that had the floor shifter in it, but it still had the 4.6, the same thing as the other Mercuries. The Crown Vic still had the 4.6, the same as the other Crown Vic. The only thing was just had the sport wheels to it, like the five spoke, whatever,
Right.
5-star, and the floor shifter. And I was
Gotcha.
like, well, shoot, that Mercury come all black with the Marauder, man. And let me get that.
Yeah.
So the guy wanted 6.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't do 6, bro. I can't
Mm-hmm.
do that. 3,500. I can't do that. I come with 3 cash. He was like, all right, bet. Drove it home,
Wow.
replaced the radiator, drove it home. I had 186 on it. When I got
Okay.
it, now I got 2. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I put a little bit on.
Yeah.
I've been. You feel me?
That's what's up. That's what's up. You got your
But
deal, man.
yeah, man, good tires on it. I need to replace a rim. I want you to check that one out too. To look at
Okay.
some rims that's like kind of similar to factory, but it's
Okay.
an upgrade to it. You know what I'm saying? I still want to
Okay.
keep the little mean look, how it sit like a bulldog with the motherfucking
Okay.
coilovers in the front, but it's high. I still want to
Gotcha.
keep that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna bring it to you, and I want you to boom, boom. Okay, you need
Bring it
boom,
through.
boom, 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 boom.
Gotcha.
Whenever you're ready for it, I get
Cool.
off at 2. I get off at
Okay.
2 o'clock every day. Let me know when
Okay.
you free. I
Cool.
can bring it through, bro.
Okay. Cool. We'll definitely link, man.
Yes,
Definitely link.
sir. Yes, sir. Let me know when you free, man. I already know how it is, bro. Man, so tell me about some of the rims and products you got. Like, tell me about, you know what I'm saying, promo yourself, man. It's
Yeah.
free promo. You don't got to
So,
worry about nothing, bro.
gotcha.
Tell me about some of the
So,
stuff you got, man.
far as the off road stuff, man, I mean, fuel is my biggest seller as far as off road. Again, they're known, they're popular. A lot of people know about the fuel product. It's one of the things, one of the companies that the products are always available. Um, you know, good, reliable product. It works great. You know, it works
Yes, sir.
great. So I sell a lot of fuel stuff and the off road stuff. I have other companies I deal with as well. As far as the man, my biggest thing that everybody rave about is like the Rucci wheels. That's the two-piece line. A
Okay.
lot of people talk about, other brands or whatnot, but I do a lot of the I don't, and it's crazy because man, I got a lot of rims in the background here, but I don't have any Rucci's. I have one with one of the Rucci Black Label. This
Okay.
is I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you
Ooh,
can see
they
the back
crisp.
wheel.
Yeah, yeah, I see him.
Yeah,
I
but
see him.
the Black Label
They'll
wheel
be
is
clean on the Marauder too. Ooh,
yeah. It'll
ooh,
be clean up there, and it's a one piece wheel. It's Rucci's
oh
one
black.
piece line. Um, but and here lately, for the last year, I've been doing a lot with Lexani. So a lot with Lexani, man. This right here is a wheel that we're gonna put on a car very soon. These rose gold,
Wait,
the
don't.
rose gold.
Uh,
They are artist
this
wheels
week.
by Lexani.
This week.
Um,
This week.
but yeah, we that's pretty much as far as the wheels. I have other brands that I deal with too, in the one piece line, and then like I say, two piece, your Santis, your Lexanis, your Ruchis is what I do a lot with. I was a big
Okay.
Dub dealer, but Dub kind of got out of the two piece wheels.
Come on,
Um,
man.
yeah, they kind of got out of the two piece game, so that's
You
why
know
I
what?
kind
You,
of. Mm-hmm.
you dropped the gem on me years ago. You told me that rocks are cheap and Dub is the way to go. You dropped the gem on me. You said, man, look, man, rocks are kind of, you know what I'm saying? If you want to
Yeah,
spend some money to get some rims just to say you got some 5-star, get these. But if you want to spend some money
yeah,
and have you looking right, get
yeah.
these. Bro, I remember that jewel you dropped on me years
Yeah,
ago,
the
dog.
Dub Baller, man, it's an all-time favorite wheel. Like
Yes,
the
sir.
cleanest 5-star wheel. The chrome is good. The style looks clean and sleek. It looks good on anything you put it on. You can't put an IROC on everything. You know what I
Can't.
mean?
You can't.
You
You
can't put
can't.
an IROC on everything. But that Dub wheel, you can put that Dub Baller on everything. Like,
Man, that's a bad joker, man. I
yeah.
follow this guy on Instagram, Life with Corey. He put dub
Mm-hmm.
ballers on pretty much a lot of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Life with Corey, he's a young dude getting to it, man. I want to give him a shout out real quick. I don't know him personally, but
Gotcha.
he's like 21, 22, man. He
Okay.
getting to it. He got a SEMA truck. Then more,
Okay.
he got, yes, sir, F-250, black, lime
Okay.
green, more nasty.
Got you.
Nasty, cuz.
Got you.
I'm gonna send you his stuff, man. Maybe
Yeah, I probably seen his truck when I go out to see him. I'm pretty sure if he got a SEMA truck, I'm pretty sure I seen it
third
when I
that
was
was
out there.
nasty. Like I don't know if he competed in the single, but he in Texas, he in Houston. I know
Okay.
you been moved with a lot, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different
Yeah.
organizations, man.
Yeah.
So this brand that everybody says, this is one guy that says 4Gs broke niggas can't afford these. That's what he says. Uh I don't think everybody needs 4Gs. I think 4G is for an expensive person that has the money to afford 4G autos. I
True.
can't afford 4G autos.
Right.
What is a popular, what I when you say popular brand, what is a good alternative if you
I
would
mean,
like to?
so to each their own, but me personally, Rucci. I mean, I sell a lot of Ruccis, and so so it's like this right here, man. One thing about business is you gotta look at all aspects of. I had to look at all aspects of business. So on one hand, you gonna have somebody that say, yeah, Ford Giotto is for dudes with money and whatever. But on the other hand, everybody ain't got that money. You know what I'm
Yeah, you're right.
saying? And however, so it's like this, to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's gonna happen is, like for instance, I sell the Rucci product, and you go online, you go on like these groups, and you gonna see people they're gonna down other companies, and they're gonna speak highly of who they want to speak highly of, and they'll down whoever they want to down.
Right,
You have
right.
people that don't like Rucci. You have people that don't like Forgiato. I have nothing against Forgiato. However, the pricing is, it's out of this world. A great product, but the pricing is expensive.
Gotcha.
Where I have my problem is, and I'll say this, a lot of people don't know this. And but I will say this because it'll probably bring a lot of transparency to,
Mhm.
you know, my choice. So I live in a, we live in an area, and you know, we live in an area where you don't have a lot of big money bills like you
Yeah,
do in Florida.
yeah.
So, so majority of the people in this area are not going to be riding on 4G autos. They're not going to spend $100,000 in their car like they
Mhm.
would, like they do down in Miami and places. So primarily what happens is being in a small area, you know, I'm
Mhm.
gonna sell the wheels, the one piece wheels that a lot of these big time guys or people that have a certain taste in wheels will pretty much be like, nah, I ain't putting that, I'm not putting that on my car.
Yeah, yeah,
No, but I'm be honest, it's something out here for everybody, man. I try to
yeah.
give the people what they can afford, and I try to
Yeah.
make things affordable for the people, you know, long as, and try to make sure it's good quality. So
Right.
So the issue that I had that I ran into in business is I'm doing business, I'm selling one piece wheels, I have wheels, you know, on display in my business or whatnot. Um, I pretty much reach out to 4G Auto because I had a customer that came through that, you know, high profile customer. He wanted some 4G Autos. Of course, I don't have no 4G Auto. I don't,
Come on,
at the time,
man.
I didn't have a showroom. I didn't have a showroom at the time.
Come
So
on, man.
he came through. He was like, "Look, you know, I want some 4Gs or whatever. Can you get them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can get them." You know, I didn't have a showroom at the time, so I had to get on the phone, call 4G Auto up. I called 4G Auto up and tell them, say, "Look, I want a price on some wheels." They gave so they kind of so this is what they did. They looked. They asked me my information. I told them. They looked and they realized, okay, you don't you're in our system, but you don't really buy wheels from us. All right,
Wait,
so
don't do me that. Don't do me
right.
that.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets better. So
Oh man.
then they say, okay, and this is the salesman. This is the salesman itself.
Okay.
And so, however, your salesman is a reflection of your company. So then he says, he while I'm talking to him and explaining, he looks me up. He said, well, he said, look like to me. He said, first off, he was like, well, it looks like to me, you only sell one piece wheels.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm like, well, man, I'm in a small area, it's a small town. Majority of what the customers buy is one piece wheels. However, I said I have two piece dubs on my car. At the time, I had two piece dubs. I said I have two piece dubs on mine. However, you know, I have a customer that wants some Ford Giottos, and I want to get him a price. And he's like, well, yeah, you just sell one piece wheels or whatever. And he kind of gave me he kind of come off as if like, yeah, you don't you're not good enough to sell this product. Like your
Man.
shop, you know, and you know, kind of like, well, what do you have in your showroom? I'm like, well, I don't stock a lot of wheels. You know, at the time, I didn't have the space and the money to do a lot of stock. And
Yeah.
you know, he kind of so what he did, he kind of just brushed me off, gave me just shot me a price, and the price was like out of man, it was like probably he overpriced me like $1,500 over what it should have been. He priced me out the
That is
water. He pretty much
crazy.
priced me out the water. Yeah. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna give you this price just to run you off, and if you're and if you willing to spend that money, yeah, then you know we can do business. It was one of them deals. So I went back to my customer, man. I just pretty much said, look, man, they're not really giving me the best price, and you know they're not giving me the best price. I'm pretty sure that you know I told him what it was that I could
Yeah.
do, but
That's
I knew
crazy.
that he could go somewhere else that sold four giottos on a regular and
Yeah.
probably get a better deal. And so, however, I thought about that and I said, man, you know, if that salesman, and I'm not trying to speak bad on the company itself, but again, your salesman is a reflection of your company. And if that salesman didn't care about me as a business owner, who can do more potential business and bring him more money, then
Yeah.
he definitely don't care about my hard working customer.
That shit crazy, man. God.
So yeah, so right there, I kind of just said, you know what, man. So I'm very careful about the companies I deal with, you know, because I look at it from a customer standpoint, you
Yeah.
know, and not everybody is willing to spend $5,000-6,000 at a time on a set of wheels.
Gotcha.
And so
Gotcha.
for the ones that so when I started selling the Rucci product, um, two-piece wheels is two-piece wheels. You know what I mean? They all handcrafted. They all handcrafted. They put together. You know, you gotta wait for them to get built. You know, you got quite a few companies out there. So to each his own. Everybody got their opinion on who they feel like is top tier and who is not. But a two-piece wheel. You spending $5,000-6,000 on a set of wheels. Guess what? You ain't getting no junk, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's a lot of money, boy. Cause look, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest with you, cuz you know the rims I be looking at?
Okay, what is it?
Facebook Marketplace.
I got you. Hey man, I ain't knocking that, man. I ain't knocking that at all
I
because
you know,
because and throw that out there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not knocking that because you know at now, I mean, that's not where I was shop for wheels myself now because I'm in business.
I
I'm
got
selling
you.
wheels. But there was a point in time where I had to buy used wheels. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
and even man, it's so much. I got so many stories. There's a story behind that. It's a story
Yes, sir.
behind me getting into selling wheels. It's a story behind that. I don't
Man,
know if we got
look,
time for it today or another time, but there's a story behind that. You know what I'm saying?
man, when can we drop an episode 2, man? I'm requesting you back. I know the fans gonna request you back. When can we drop
Well,
the episode 2?
man, whenever you just give me the word, you tell me when you want to do it, man. I'll make time.
Cause whenever you want to do it, I want you to continue promoting your brand, continue to get customers, continue to get fans, continue to feed my little cousins,
Yeah,
continue to feed your beautiful wife, continue to feed yourself, man. Real
yeah.
talk, bro.
Thank you, man.
Real
Thank you.
talk, man. Real
Thank you. I
talk. So
appreciate it.
so so whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, we can do it, man. Real
Got you.
talk. Like, cause I'm excited the fact that I have a family member. I have
Mm-hmm.
family members that paint cars and do body work. They do it
Mm-hmm.
out their yard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No
And
knock,
that's why I
no knock
started. That's
on
why
them.
I started. That's why I
That's where you
started. You know
started.
what I mean?
No knock on them because they do an
Yeah.
excellent job. They right over
Yeah.
in Eatonton. They right
Yeah.
over in Eatonton. They do an excellent job. I love my family to death.
Right.
The fact that I have a cousin selling Rucci wheels, the fact that I could have a cousin that's doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even I remember even before like it's crazy because you still kept the same energy, bro. That's why I respect you. I came to you before I knew you was my cousin. I was like, you probably don't even remember this. I was like, yo, you a black man. Like, I didn't say this, but I'm like, man, I want to learn a little something about the auto mechanic. You was like, man, I can't do it because insurance policy, like, I ain't trying to get it. I
Right.
came to you after I figured out you was my cousin. You said, hey, bro, I can't. I'm gonna be honest. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But that's real. Like, I
Yeah.
respect it. Real talk, because you protecting your name, you protecting your brand. That's what we got to do, bro. That's
Yeah.
what
No
we have
doubt.
to do. You know what I'm
No doubt.
saying? That's
No
what we
doubt.
have to do, man. Like,
Man,
I
and
respect you.
it's crazy. Like I wish I could help everybody, man. And I can't say yes to every situation because
I
at the end of the
understand.
day,
I,
there's things that you know how it go, man.
I understand, man. I
I
definitely.
wish I could help everybody, but at the
I,
same time, even with the internship, because I do a lot of internship now, man. I started 4 years ago. I started internship out of my pocket.
yeah,
Um, and it started because it was hard to find good help. Hard to
yeah,
find good help. They say you can't teach your old dog new tricks.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so a lot of times, to find a older mechanic that know what I know, you got for one, you gotta be able to afford them. A
yeah,
lot of times, you gotta be able to afford them, or they might be somewhere where they already set, been working for somewhere for years and not trying to break away from there. And so then you can easily sometimes you can easily bring someone in and then you bring in their problems.
yes, sir. You ain't lying,
So
man. You ain't
so
lying.
I thought about it. I said, well, if I could teach a younger guy, a younger brother how how to change oil, how to put on some tires, how to do some brakes, teach
Yeah,
him the right way. The only way he's gonna know is the right way.
you ain't
And
lying, man. You
and
boy.
so
Mm.
I tried it. I tried to reach out for help and couldn't get help to help me to help assist me with that. So out of my pocket, I started working with a couple of younger guys and showing them different things. And then over time, man, sometimes it takes you not to be discouraged. It takes
Mm-hmm.
you, if you have a vision, stick with it. no matter how
Yeah.
hard it is. And I didn't get discouraged. I kept fighting, and eventually kept pushing. And eventually, I had matter of fact, next gen NC Works, the next gen. They come along. They came along and gave me a hand as far as
Yes,
helping
sir.
work with the young guys, bring them in, and still there's
That's huge,
requirements.
man.
Still
That's
requirements. I just
huge.
can't take anybody in.
That's
You
huge.
know, you have to go through certain steps, and I'm able to bring them in. 4 years later, I started this out of my pocket. 4 years later, like I said, I finally have help now, and actually 4 years later, I've actually had my first high school student that came in at like 16, 15, 16, gave him a job. He worked his way up.
Hey,
I taught him some skills, and they sent him to school. They actually paid for his schooling to go to welding school.
what? Hey,
Yeah, they
man.
paid for his schooling, man. You know what I mean?
Hey,
And
bro.
that's an
That's
accomplishment.
huge, bro.
It's an
That's a
accomplishment.
big accomplishment. That's huge. That's
Yeah,
huge, man.
and
Before we get off of here, man,
mhm.
we got to talk about. We have to talk about your welding school. Yeah, I'm not welding school. Your governor's award. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had
Oh,
a
the
phone.
government. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
sorry, man. We're talking about your governor's award. I'm gonna cut that little part out. Don't even worry about that.
okay. Got it.
The governor's award, man. What happened? How did you get it? How was it
Man,
received? What happened, man?
it
Talk to
was
me
so
about it, man.
it was a surprise, man. Like it was a shock. I didn't know. So every year, what happens is different organizations is doing things across the state. And again, like I say, I'm affiliated with NC Works for the Next Gen program. And every year, um, you have different organizations pretty much nominate someone
Mm-hmm.
that's doing certain things in the community or whatever the case may be. And so,
Okay.
I'm just doing what I normally do, man. I mean, I'm doing what I normally do, working with the guys, motivating them, giving them jobs, teaching them skills, not just giving them jobs, but teaching them skills.
Yes,
Working
sir.
with them, man. I work with them with their
Very
day-to-day
important.
problems. They come to work and they, got some things on their mind. I could tell, I stop and I talk to them. You know what I mean? Give them some
Sir.
advice, But anyway, I'm just doing my thing. And then, with that, and out of the blue, man, um, out of the blue, I got a visit, and they said, and they was telling me, they said, well, look, you've been nominated for outstanding employer of the year for 2020 in North Carolina. So
Oh,
I'm thinking like, okay, all right. So they're like, nah, this is a big deal. I'm like, okay. And so when they really start breaking it down to me, that okay, it's uh it's from the governor Roy Cooper himself, where they nominate you and they had to go through a
man.
list. And when they nominate you, they had to give an explanation of what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
And so
Yes,
they
sir.
gave the explanation of what I was doing in the community and the opportunities I was providing. And they was like, yeah, we'll get to go to I think it was like Greensboro for the presentation, and the governor presented to
That's
yourself.
what's up, bro. That's
However, because of COVID, that part was cut short. I wasn't able to meet the governor himself, but we did like a little local private ceremony or whatnot, and yeah, man, like it felt good to be acknowledged for
yes,
the
sir.
hard work,
Yes,
and
that's dope,
let you know
man.
that your hard work is not in vain.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
it
sir.
was
I
an honor and
understand
a
it, man.
privilege.
I understand it, man. Like, man, congrats to that. Man,
Thank you, man.
congrats to every step that you have moving forward. Real
Thank you.
talk. Man, thank you for helping the youth. The
No
youth in
problem.
Elizabeth City is so misguided. I can't even say I'm gonna say by bad
It's
rap music.
everywhere.
Yeah, man. Everywhere. Bad rap music, the publicity that the bad things get. When I was a teacher, I used to tell my kids that the media tells you how to feel. The
Yeah,
media teaches you how to feel, like how they come on the somber mood. And today, this lady was, you know what I'm saying? Or this firefighter rescued a kitty out of a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like they
yeah,
teach you
yeah,
how to feel, man. So
yeah.
thank you. Thank you for
Hey,
teaching
I
me to
thank
keep
you,
his
man.
real feelings, man.
Hey, you're welcome and thank you, man.
Man, bro, you deserve it, dog. I had no idea. I had no idea. And when I tell you I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna take my speaker
Hmm.
to work tomorrow, and I'm gonna play this tomorrow.
Appreciate it, man. You
Man,
know,
you got it, bro.
and
Because I'm
a
sorry.
lot
Go
of
ahead.
people, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but a lot of people don't know, really didn't know how in depth uh, the internship was that I
Yes,
was
sir.
providing. They didn't know how in depth it was, and how in depth, I may be in tune with doing certain things in the community. But again, everything ain't for the spotlight, man.
Right.
I do it from the heart because I know where I come from, man. I'm from Hereford.
Yes,
I'm from
sir.
Hereford, but there's not a lot of opportunity. You don't have a lot of people that you can look up to that's doing positive things. Or back in my era, and the ones you really looked up to were the ones that actually got away, and then when they would come home, and they be like, okay, man, they're doing something big, but they're not around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. Yes, sir.
everybody that you see day to day have their struggles that they're dealing with and trying to make it, trying to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
You're right.
I'm from a place like that where I've been able to live my dreams. And man, so what I want to do is tell the younger brothers that anything you can dream, you can have.
Yes, sir.
And and
Man.
my dreams are different, man. I don't want to have a Rolls Royce or Bentley or whatever the case may be. My dreams were different, and some of the places I've been was things that I didn't imagine I would be.
Yes,
Some of the
sir.
places that you know.
Man.
So I just want to help somebody else live their dream, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
accomplish
Yes,
their
sir.
goals, and I could talk to them firsthand that, hey, look, I've done it, I've done this. You can do it too. We're
That,
no different. Like I go through ups and downs like you do. You know what I mean? You
that's
know,
Man, that's so real, and I respect it because you're like, bro, I came from a dollar and a dream, a box Chevy, and a thought. You feel me?
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You like, hey, bro, I ain't been here long, and it don't take much to go back. So I'm gonna show you how hard I'm gonna work. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying, bro?
right.
That's so real, dog. Like I swear to God, some of the trips I seen you on, going to different places and meeting different people. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? To brand your store, to
Hmm.
brand your own brand. That's powerful, dog. That's real
Appreciate it.
powerful.
Appreciate
Like,
it.
is there anything that you can speak on as being a black business owner? Like some of the doors that closed in your face, but you didn't quit. You like how many times
Yeah,
have you been told no, but you said, you know
man.
what? One no don't mean but 12 yeses. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. I've been told no a lot, man, and being told no is the reason why I go as hard as I go. You know, I say this too. I tell people, I say, don't let the word no, don't get mad at people for telling you no.
Sir,
Because
sir.
because honestly, I wouldn't have went in business. I wouldn't have took that step to go in business when I did if it weren't for my employer to lay me off.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He
That's
he,
real.
he refused me a job. He laid me off, and I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me go in business for myself. You know what I mean? Had he kept saying yeah, and gave me a job, I would be still clocking in and working for that particular company today, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have been scared to
Well,
step out. I go as hard as I go now. I go as hard as I go because of the word no. Because growing up, man, things were hard to come by, and I didn't get what I wanted. We didn't get what
yeah,
we wanted.
yeah. You
And
right.
I learned I learned young, don't ask for this because the answer's gonna be no.
Look,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
J. Cole had an iconic bar in one of his first mixtapes, Friday Night Lights. Um, he said, something about Lunchables. He said,
Mm-hmm.
he said, them gangsters got hosters and clip. They pack like Lunchables. like white folks while we ate school-made food. That just brought me back
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
bruh, we didn't have Lunchables. My nigga, look,
nah,
we come up bologna sandwiches, beanie weenies.
yeah.
You know what
Yo,
I'm
you
saying?
had when I
Body
was in
meat.
school, you had a little money if you were bringing school lunch
What?
school every day. You had a little money, man. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
what? Man, look,
Yeah.
man. Man, so like I just want to say that to bring everybody to the fact that look at this man in front of you that's on this side of the screen. This man here owns a business, does what he wants to do in this business, and pays people. He's a working CEO. This man, this black man could sit right home and say, you know what? I'm gonna just pay everybody today. I'm good. I'm gonna sit
Right.
back. I'm gonna sit back. I'm straight.
Well, look,
A man
I'll be
told me,
honest with you.
go ahead.
I don't ever really, my employees there tell you, I don't just sit back.
Oh no, no,
I
I
can't
know
talk
that.
to you.
I know that. I know that. But I'm saying,
Look,
what I'm
I've been,
saying,
uh,
I'm saying, you could, like,
I
if you wanted
probably
to,
could, but I'll
yeah,
be
if you
honest with you,
wanted
it
to,
ain't in me. You know what I mean? I
it
got to
ain't
get
in
it.
you.
Yeah, I
It's
got to
not in
get it.
you because you got it from 14 building a car. You see what I'm saying? And you and look around you, bro. Look at your background, man. Look at
Got
your background, dog. You see what I'm saying?
you.
That's why
Yeah.
you can't do it. You work too hard, man.
Man, and I work hard. That's why when you see those things, like when you see my trips, like when I take the trips, and when I on the weekend, when I'm out somewhere and I travel, and then I'm not dressed like a mechanic, and I got my
Yeah, man. You be
jewelry
like,
put on.
God damn, my car be goddamn.
I appreciate it, man. But I show that because again, I was growing up, man. Like as a kid, you like I said, I was so used to the word no. Not saying
Yeah,
that my parents did what they could do.
yeah,
They
yeah,
did what they
yeah,
could
yeah,
do. They
yeah,
did what they could afford and what they knew best.
yeah,
They did for me the best that they knew how. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
they didn't look. I come up. My mindset is different now for my kids.
That's real.
I don't look at what's going on in the surrounding counties just figure out how my life is gonna be. You know what I mean? I
That's
look
honest, man.
way beyond that, and so growing up, like I say, I knew not certain things not to even ask because I knew the answer was gonna be no. You know what I mean? I knew. So as a kid, you got certain dreams. Like I remember watching SEMA on Speed, like the Speed Channel,
Yes, sir.
seeing Chip Foose on the Speed Channel, and this was before the internet. Not even imagine that one day I'll be there. The one
Yes,
that I'll
sir.
meet, I'll go there. And to
Man.
now, for the last 7 years, being able to attend SEMA annually every year, and then meeting Jay Leno, who is known for building cars, meeting
I
Chip Foose.
was I was just gonna ask you about who did you rub elbows with that you can speak about.
Man,
That
so
none
many
of
different people. Man,
yeah.
so many people
Talk
that
to it, man.
you couldn't even like Jay Leno. I met Jay Leno. He's there every year. And Jay Leno has a crazy car collection.
Yes,
If you don't know,
sir.
crazy
Yes,
because been
sir.
been deep in the cars for years. Uh, Chip Foose every year. Uh, man, guys from the Gas Monkey Garage.
Come on,
Um,
man.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
Man, I've been to Counts Customs. I've been to their shop. Uh, I've met Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh is deep in the cars too, man. Will you believe
Come
it?
on,
He's at
man.
SEMA all the time. Every year,
Come on, man.
it's just about he's at SEMA. So Manny Fresh, you know, man, who else?
So, look, hold on. I got a question. I got a question for you.
Okay,
Ever in your life, when you ever listen to Cash Money, Tip, Jeezy, anybody, would you ever thought you would have met Manny Fresh? Ever in
man,
your life?
never. I never thought. I never thought. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I show all this stuff
Fresh,
because I never
Fresh.
imagined that.
That shit
You know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
bro.
Like I never imagined it. I mean, I never imagined, being like 6 feet, 6 feet close to Migos. You know what I'm saying?
That shit crazy,
Yeah.
bro. And the
Man, you
cars,
know,
man, and bro, man, cars bring everybody together, man.
yeah, yeah, definitely,
Like it's crazy, dog. But go ahead.
definitely.
I'm sorry. I ain't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, man.
No, you good, but like I say, man, I just want to emphasize that because, like I say, as a kid, your parents, like my parents, did what the best that they could do for
Yeah.
what they knew,
Mm,
and especially era where there was no internet, and man, and just all they knew was just work and just try to make a living for us. You know what I mean? And so as I got older and got on my own and started to work and one by one, just certain little things, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say one of the first things that really made me really open my eyes to like, hey, anything, I can have anything I want. And
got
that was, I remember, man, I had just graduated in 2001, just graduated from high school, and my older cousin had bought a Acura Legend,
it. Ooh,
right?
ooh,
Now,
ooh, wait.
growing up, man, I remember, I'm gonna take this back. I remember being like 12, 13 years old, when we go to Virginia, like we go to VA on the weekend, we riding down Virginia Beach Boulevard and we riding past Boss Wheels and Joe, like Boss Wheels, and they got all the rims in the window, right? And you seeing the Acura Legends, and the Acura Vigors, riding, they got the rims on or whatever. And I'm as a kid, 12, 13 years old, like, man, I
Yeah.
wish I had one of them. That's my dream car. I wish I had one of them. And so fast forward, I remember 2001, I had just graduated. My older cousin bought an Acura Legend, man. And it was like a 92 Acura Legend. He bought it. He had just got it. And something came up and he was like, look, man, he didn't have it a week. He was like, look, I just bought this act. He was like, man, I think I'm gonna sell it because I got something else that came up. I want to move some money around, whatever, whatever. And so he was like, man, I'm gonna sell for X amount of dollars. If you want it, you can get it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, word, this is my dream car.
Yes,
I'm 17.
sir.
I'm 17 years old, just graduated. I'm like, man, it's my dream car. So, um, man, and I'm working, and so I ended up going to the bank with my mom, and I ended up getting a loan, and I bought the car from him.
Come
And so
on,
I'm
man.
riding, just turned 18. I had 17, just turned 18. I'm driving around in my dream car. My dream car was an Acura Legend. You know what I
Dang,
mean? Back
that's
when things were,
crazy.
so I'm 18 years old and I'm driving around in my dream car. And and so then from there I'm like, man, if you work hard and you believe in something and don't rush things, just
Yes,
don't
sir.
rush. Things can come to pass, and as long as you have faith in it. And so from that point, I felt like, man, the sky's the limit. I have anything I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
I felt, as a man, I felt like, okay, now I can work, I can maneuver and make things happen to where I don't have to hear no all the time.
Yes,
Or if I
sir.
hear no, I always
Man.
know that I can always work to make things happen. And so from
Yes,
there,
sir.
man, I just, I've always worked on trying to accomplish goals and dreams and whatever it can be. So I've accomplished a lot of things that I wanted to do. Been places where I never thought I would go and met people that I never imagined meeting. But so in return, I share those stories with the younger dudes. I work one on one to let them know that, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I might get flashy on the weekend if I'm out of town or something like that. But
Yes,
um,
sir.
man, look, this is how I dress coming to work.
Hey,
I dress like my employees, man. We're gonna get dirty. We're gonna get,
yes, sir. And I guarantee you, you can go into his shop and see him working. I guarantee you that.
oh,
That man is getting
definitely,
down and dirty into it. He's
definitely.
ordering direction. He's telling people where to go, what to do. I've been there and seen him myself. I swear to you. I cannot
Definitely,
make this up. Man, we've been on about 2 hours, cuz.
man,
Look,
man.
it don't even feel like it.
Nah, it don't, man.
Closing remarks, promo, what you got coming up, where can they find you at? We need it.
You can find me. You can find me on Facebook. Um, Look up my business page, CB's Auto Tire and Service. My pages on Facebook for business. My personal page, I think I'm already maxed out. I'm already met my like 5,000 friends. I can't really accept no more. You can follow me still probably, but I can't set no more friends at this point. But
Yes, sir.
Instagram, you can catch me on Instagram, CB underscore auto tire.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
here hopefully here soon I'm gonna start to launch some information for our business store so you can go online and purchase tires online.
Come
Uh,
on, man. Hold on,
yeah,
you ain't hit them with the digital now. Hold on.
yeah,
Hold
and
on.
it's
Slow it
something
down.
that man I've been putting it off for years, but it's hey, I gotta something that gotta be done so that my customers can purchase tires online versus because we're
Come
getting busy.
on, man.
It's sometimes it's hard to get through on the phone line because we get so many calls coming in. I can only be with so many places at one time, but to make it easier for my customers, they can go online, order tires, online,
Yes,
purchase tires.
sir.
They want to pick them up themselves, or they want us to mount them. You know what I mean? We're trying to do that to make it easier. So
Yes,
that's something
sir.
that we do soon. Just just follow me, man, and just stay. Just keep an eye out for anything that we're gonna launch or whatever.
Man, I want to say I appreciate you for coming on. First off. Number two, I already done gave you your flowers, but I'm gonna give them to you again, man. I appreciate everything you're doing for our community, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
Everything,
the
man. Real
opportunity,
talk, and I
man.
mean that from the bottom of my heart, bro. We need it.
Thank you. Thank you,
We need
man.
it. We need it, bro. Man, man, one more time, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man. Y'all know him. Y'all love him, man. CB, man. This guy. Hey, cuz I appreciate you, bro.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you. I'm gonna get up with you. I'm gonna chop this up and I'm gonna send it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send it to you. Let me know what need to be edited after I chop it up, and then we can make it work, man.
Cool. That's a bet. Hey, let me know you're ready for a part two, man.
Oh
It's a
man.
lot. It's a lot that I could pretty much say as far as like just through my journey. You know what I mean? Just sharing about through my journey and whatnot.
Cuz whenever you ready, we can come back with a part two. Let me see. I record most time Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We can come to with a part two. Man, I can put you on with anybody. It don't even matter. You can call with anybody. I could bring you in when we do a homie Zoom, man. It don't even. We talking cars, man.
Got you.
Family, man. Look, man. Don't even worry about it. I got you, my boy.
That's what it is. That's
Yes,
what it is.
sir.
Well,
Yes, sir.
look, hey, just holler at me, man. I'm ready.
Hey, let me know when you ready. When you want me to bring that Marauder through, man. And I'm gonna pull up on you. Let you. You know what I'm saying?
Give
You know what I'm saying?
give me a couple of weeks. Let me get some things knocked out, and
Don't
then
even
I have
worry
you
about
come
it.
through, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. Don't even worry about it. Handle your business, man. Hit me when you free, dog.
All right, my man.
Yes, sir, man. You take it easy, cuzzo.
All right. You too.
Yes, sir.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
man. Yeah.
Yep.